chakraqueenspirits, pick a card. This week we're going to focus on channeled messages and what you need to hear most at this time. So I was called for whatever reason to do 4 piles today. 4 cards, 4 piles. I know I usually do 3, but I was going with that. So I will cut to a clip shortly where you can pick your pile and get a better look, and then we can begin. As always, I'd like you to pick with your intuition more so than your eyesight, and I hope that you can get the message that you're looking to receive today. Hey, please take a minute, pause the video if you need to. I encourage you to take a deep breath and just go with whichever pile you're drawn to, whichever your intuition is taking you to. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Take a minute, and when you're ready, you can check the description box for the timestamp and fast forward to your reading. Okay, for anybody who chose pile 1, this is going to be your reading, and we're going to talk about what do you need to hear most right now in this moment. What is spirit, your angels, guides, whatever you want to call them, what are they trying to tell you at this time? Let's take a look at the cards. First card we have Cycles of the Moon, completion and renewal. Let's look at that. It's really pretty imagery, and you just got these cards, so I was really happy to work with them today. The second card we have is Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Next up, we have the Hanged Man tarot card. Okay. Last card we have, play. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. Okay. So, let me tune in and see what the messages are for you guys today. There's a lot of change going on for many of you guys, and it almost seems that some of you are trying to resist this change. This might be tiring you out, and it's making you feel sort of like the Hanged Man energy, you know, upside down, just hanging, trying to figure out what's going on. You're being encouraged right now to play and to have fun, especially with this card. So notice how when I picked this up, I'm not sure if you guys caught that, I was using my dominant hand to hold it up, my left hand. With all of the other 3 cards, I had used my right. So I picked up on the energy right away to do things differently, to try and do your creative side. The left side of the brain, you know, all that parts of the body are great with creativity. A lot of you guys are going through a change of something, but it's ending. There's some ending occurring. A relationship, a job, maybe you're graduating from school. There's a new chapter coming in. But I'm sensing that some of you guys aren't welcoming that chapter. You might be a little bit nervous about it. You're scared of what's on the other side. Spirit wants you to know at this time that I'm hearing the quote, the grass is always greener on the other side. The grass really is greener in this situation. Whatever change is coming about, you're being guided to understand that the other side is a lot better than where you're at right now. So trust in that, even though you're having all these mixed emotions about moving forward at this time. I'm feeling like there's a part of you guys, an aspect of yourself, something that you are not showing the world, not showing people closest to you. And this has been hurting you. You almost feel like you have a mask over your face and you're not being true to yourself. So with this card, the Cycles of the Moon, this is where I'm getting it from. There's something hidden going on, something deep down that you either don't want people to find out, or you're not ready to display. There's something there. If this is resonating, you're being told, you're being encouraged to let go, because this aspect of you is who you are. And people are going to either like it or they're not, but either way, you can't keep hiding who you are. Releasing all this fear, there's a big message to release, release, release. You can just take a deep breath. If you want to do it now, after the video, whatever you choose. As you breathe in, you just picture all the light, positive energy coming in. And when you breathe out, release that fear. Push it out with intention and intentional breath. So, this might not make sense for everybody, and that's okay. This is a general reading, but some of you guys feeling might be indulging a little bit too much in alcohol, a little bit too much in partying, a little bit too much in all those types of things. You can fill in the blanks to whatever fits your situation. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having fun and going out. The weather's getting nice if you live in an area that it's about to be summer. But I'm feeling like it's gotten you off track and it's made you want to hide this aspect of yourself even more. So this going out, the drinking, the partying, having fun is being used as a way to mask your inner emotions, to mask whatever it is that you are concealing. I'm hearing the phrase in my head right now, good things come to those who wait. So if you guys have been feeling a little bit impatient maybe with something, you're wanting things to just get going, there's a big, big message here to just practice patience. I know the next chapter of whatever is happening for you guys is a little bit anxiety provoking, but it's bringing really, really beautiful things to you. And the fear that you are experiencing is just blocking you from receiving that quickly. I'm really drawn to the Hanged Man tarot card out of all of the 4 that I chose today. A lot of times I don't, I use the cards as a link, but I don't pay too much attention to them. But this Hanged Man one has really drawn me in throughout the whole reading, and I feel there's a big message coming with regards to this. So let me tune into that and see what it is that you guys are needing to hear. There's some situation for some of you recently that you've been starting to feel like, I'm getting a sense of relief, like, whew, like I got out of that okay, but it's not, it doesn't feel positive. So it feels almost like a situation where you did something that you might not have been proud of. You acted in a way that wasn't really true to who you were. Something like of that caliber. And you either didn't get caught, the person didn't react the way you thought they would. Something is being covered up. So this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of something's hidden. So there's really something that maybe you're hiding from somebody, or a lot of people it could be. So I'm feeling like this big sense of like, I got off the hook, basically. But you're feeling ashamed of that. You're feeling like you need to come clean about it because you feel that you don't even deserve to have gotten off the hook for whatever the situation is. I'm hearing though that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself in this situation, that you are learning a huge lesson. And guilt isn't really going to change anything, so all you can do is change your behavior, is learn your lessons, and release that guilt. The guilt is not going to serve you, it's just going to keep you anchored in the negative, low vibrational energy. I'm hearing that it wasn't completely your fault in this situation. There was something that somebody did that really was a catalyst for your behavior. It really enabled you to act in this way or to do this XYZ. I'm hearing too that, and this is not a warning, this isn't anything to scare you, that there's no need to have guilt because life comes with karma. Karma is a real thing, there's karmic cycles, and this was all a part of a karmic cycle for you, these situations, and everything in life is balanced. So whatever situation that you are concerned about, that you're feeling ashamed, that you've been hiding a part of, it's gonna work itself out. And like, I'm seeing the, what is that called? A scale, you know, like a tip scale. And it's like, it's starting here, but it's starting to get even. So things are going to balance out for you. You will receive your karma. And, you know, that's not to be something to be worried about. Everybody has karma and builds it. It's constantly coming in and out. That's just the way the energy shifts in the universe. So I'm trying not to worry so much about moving forward, about situations in the past. You're really changing into a new person. I'm hearing this is a very big year for you, and to use it wisely. Don't waste your time. You are a reflection of the people you surround yourself with, so be careful with that. You know, really use this year to go inward. Yeah, this year is really important for you guys. That's what I'm hearing. So to try and harness the energy, that's what I'm trying to say. Harness the energy that's coming in and use it wisely. Use it creatively. I don't know if you guys do creative work as a hobby or as a career, whatever. You're being asked to. You're being asked to use your creative side, whether that be, I see a lot of you guys writing, painting, music. Those are three big ones: writing, painting, music, poetry in particular. Is anybody writing poems? If you are, please keep doing so. If you're just starting out or if you have an interest, Spirit is encouraging you to do so at this time, especially in this upcoming year. Using this creativity is a great way to get your mind off of all the things that are going on right now in your life, all the stressors, all the guilt you might feel for situations, all the, you know, overwhelming feelings of moving forward in life and everyday stuff that we all go through. After this, so this reading is timeless. However, I am doing this reading, I had to think about that for a minute, in June. So I am getting the feel that by the end of the summer is really when this transformation is going to kick in for you guys. It's really when things are going to start to shift inside and you're just shedding out all these old layers of yourself. I'm also getting that for some of you guys who are into spirituality or understand the concept of a soulmate, we'll be stepping into that. We'll be meeting a major soulmate that's coming into your life, and it's a completion, so that would mean that you and this person have been together in many lifetimes, and I'm getting the sense that this meetup that you guys are about to have, you're going to work through the lessons that you've been trying to learn from many lifetimes, so that's really exciting. You'll probably most likely know when you meet this person because you're going to have a right off the bat connection with them. It's going to feel electric. You know, you're going to feel familiar. So be on the lookout for that. Try and embrace your creativity. Release some guilt. Welcome change and welcome this new person that you're becoming, because the grass, remember, is greener and it's going to be so much better. That's all I'm getting for you guys today. I hope this resonated. If you liked it, please subscribe, comment. If you have a suggestion, if you'd like to reach out to me personally, please feel free to do so. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and thanks for watching. Okay, for anybody who picked group 2, this will be your reading. Basically trying to figure out, what do you need to hear most right now? What is relevant? What messages are coming through for you guys? So let's take a look at the cards. First card we have graceful changes, grace, birth, and emergence. I love that. The artist of this card of this deck just did a great job. I love all these. I just got them, so still learning them, but they're beautiful. Next up we have Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Okay. Next, we have the Page of Swords. inner temple. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So focus on heart energy. Make decisions from your heart, not your head at this time. Let me tune in and see specifically what messages we have for group 2. Okay, so there may have been situations for some of you guys in the past where you were put in a role where you were able to stand up for something that you believed in, that you felt was a core belief, but either because of the people around you, because of the situation of where you were, or you didn't feel you had a voice, you didn't speak up. And that left you feeling really upset, that left you feeling ashamed, left you feeling like you should have said something when you didn't. However, there is some sort of situation in the near future coming in where you're going to be asked to step up and to use your voice, to really open your throat chakra and to really speak your truth. Spirit's really encouraging you at this time to use that. You have a voice and your words matter. And to say things with intention, with clear, fluid intention is what I'm hearing. Now is not a good time to keep quiet. Now is not a good time to bite your tongue. But that's not to say that you should use harsh words, that you should criticize people. You always want to come from the heart space. You always want to say things in a loving manner. But if you feel that there is something going on that you need to speak up about, you really are being asked to do that right now. Something is coming in quick in your life right now. I'm feeling like you guys are living a fast-paced life, a lot of you. So yeah, you're really in this like role of just go, 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 go. So you've been in your head a lot and haven't taken the time to go down into your heart. So I'm almost sensing that you've been neglecting the needs of your heart. You've been neglecting what you want to do deep down because you're so focused on the ego-based thoughts in your mind or everyday things that you have going on. And it's just like constant chatter in your brain. Spirit is asking you to slow that down, slow it down just a little bit so that you can start to get your energy back. You can start to make decisions based on what you really want. I'm sensing that there's some sort of commitment that is coming up for you guys. This could be a romantic commitment, this could be a commitment to a career, a commitment to moving, a college, whatever situation where there's some sort of commitment and you're feeling nervous about this. You're being guided to take some time to think about this commitment because it isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes commitments can be scary and they make you feel trapped, especially if you have issues that you're working through with that. But you're really being asked to take this commitment seriously, to put your energy into it and to tune into the heart space when you make this choice. You'll know what you're feeling and you'll know. You just have to trust yourself. This was similar to this card to group 1. It was a lot about change. So this just must be a period for, a lot of people of just great change. Things are just transforming at this point. I'm hearing the word stage fright right now. And chickening out. So some of you guys may be feeling like you're put in a situation where you have to make a really important decision and you're having stage fright. You're feeling like you want to back out. You're really being encouraged not to do so. Spirit is guiding you and asking that you stick with this because it's going to be for your highest good and you have to know that. Some of you guys may be performers and this could be literal stage fright, but for the majority, I'm feeling that it's figuratively, that there is just something that is making you feel like you can't commit, that you're scared to jump into that. And it seems that you're being pressed to make that choice. I don't know if this is from people or outside sources. Something's pressing you to make this choice. I'm feeling that a lot of you guys have been neglecting what your soul is really telling you, you know, neglecting your passions, neglecting what sets you on fire, and it's really clouding all areas of your life. It's clouding this change that's supposed to be coming. It's clouding you making a choice and a decision, a commitment. It's clouding it. There's a deep fire coming from within. I'm seeing fire, I'm feeling fire, the heat. For some of you though, this might not be a positive fire. It could be anger, deep-rooted anger that's bubbling up to the surface that hasn't been dealt with. What is this anger surrounding? I'm feeling like this anger is surrounding, feeling held back, feeling trapped, feeling like there's not a way out, feeling like people have been making choices for you your whole life. Anger that you let people make those choices for you. Anger that you allow people to take advantage of you. You're really being encouraged though to address this anger and to feel it because it's valid, but also when you are being asked to speak up and to speak your truth, not to do so with anger behind the intention. So you want to transmute this anger into something positive. So you want to say, you know, I have all this anger, I haven't been living my life for me, other people have been making my choices, and it's infuriating. I'm setting the intention to release that so that I can make choices. You need to start being the person that you're angry that you haven't been. You know, anger is not going to change the past. It is going to change the future, however, if you operate with anger inside you. Anger is heavy. You don't want that. Get rid of that and start to make your choices. Start to envision the person that you want to be, that is independent, that makes those choices, that takes those shackles off. Because you don't need to feel like, you know, you can't get a breath of air. You don't need to feel like that. You can be that person that you've been hiding away, essentially. And given that you may have been a person in the past who has been taken advantage of, that maybe gives more than they receive, or has been deceived in some sort of way in situations, not given a voice, you're being asked to be careful at this time with people who come with offers that aren't genuine, people who come with offers that seem nice and seem good for you, but they don't have your best intention. And the best way to weed those people out and to understand is focus on what you're feeling inside. Focus on your gut. Focus. Because if you're feeling bad about a person, even though they're coming in and they're seeming to be, great, there's obviously something wrong. Your intuition's trying to tell you something. So please listen to that, especially right now, because your intuition is at an all-time high, especially with figuring out people who don't have your best interests at heart. That's all I seem to be getting for you guys in group 2. I really hope that resonated. I hope you got something out of it. Please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you please. We'll be back next week with new material. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to anybody who picked pile number 3. This is your reading, letting you know what you need to hear most at this time, channeled messages. So let's take a look at the cards and I will tune into the energy for you guys. Holding up my wings, faith and trust. Love this artwork, it's beautiful. This is a really nice card. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. And the previous 2 readings, I had put this card on this side. For whatever reason, I am being drawn to put it over here, so I'm gonna do that. Next up, we have peace. there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Wonderful. I love that. Okay. Next up we have 8 of Wands tarot card. Last we got the Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Let's tune in to this energy and see what is going on for you guys. These cards really want to have a specific order today. They want to be seen in some sort of order that I'm not going to go against. So, let's see. What do you guys in group 3 need to hear most right now? At this time, a lot of you are being helped, divinely guided from people who are not in your everyday life. And what I mean by this is angels, guides, your whole spirit team up there. I understand not everybody will resonate with that. You might not believe in that, and that's okay. I like to think that most people who watch my videos are open-minded, so they at least are open to the fact that there is more than our 9-to-5 lives. So, with that being said, you need to know that you are having some extra help right now in what you're doing. And to take some time to tune into that, especially if you're looking to have that connection, it's there and it's getting stronger. So take some time to tune into that because you might be surprised at how much you feel it. So a lot of times it's all with intention. Before I do any of my readings, I set the intention that my guides and guardians step forward and help facilitate me in my reading. Especially if you're meditating, it gets easier to feel their presence. I don't want to go too off topic. Feeling a lot of sadness with this group. Sadness over situations, sadness over just life in general. You went through a real period of losing hope. I'm just seeing like mascara running down, like tears, like just grief. I don't know if this is from a loss, somebody passing away, a relationship. There's some sort of real tragic death, and it doesn't have to be a physical death, although it could be, but just a death of something, death of a relationship, death of a person that left you in a lot of grief for a long time, that you're still trying to kind of move out of your system. However, with the 8 of Wands card, you see the horses moving and they're all running. What this tells me is that this grief and this sadness is moving out, even though you might not feel that. Spirit wants you to know at this time that all this sadness that you have felt was for a reason. It had a purpose. The purpose for feeling this sort of grief was to really get you centered on the things that matter most in your life, to really get you centered on why you're here, and to value when you do feel joy, to value when you feel great, because if you don't ever experience pain, you're never going to truly feel joy and happiness. So this was all for a purpose, and you have to trust and know these are your lessons. This was all part of a plan that was preconceived. You're being asked to let go of the sadness and to let go of the victim role, because you're stepping into a position of power. You're regaining your power and you're being asked to view yourself this way. I'm feeling like a lot of you guys don't view yourself as having a lot of power. You're really being asked to, though, at this time. To know that this pain that you went through didn't make you weak. This pain made you strong. The sadness that you felt, that you honestly, it just feels like you didn't deserve it. It feels like it was so heavy. But you have to understand that that is what's making you a great leader now. That is what is preparing you to step up to the plate. Especially that in combination with your spirit team up there that is helping you, that is divinely guiding you. I'm hearing that the word protection, and I'm getting the sense that Spirit wants you to know that you're protected at this time. And that could be a physical protection, but it also could be a spiritual one. Like, there's just some sense of you're safe and you're being protected and it's okay. I don't know, I'm feeling like I have to say that it's okay and you don't have to worry so much. So, with the way that I had been drawn to set up these cards is interesting because we start over here with this card that I associate with all this grief and sadness you guys have been feeling. Then we have the Eight of Wands with all the horses speeding up. It's gonna make a joke, but never mind. So the horses are speeding up. Horses in the back. How to say it? And you're being called to enter this new phase over here where you're divinely guided. That's strongly coming divinely guided. Like, you have a whole support system up there that's helping you, and it's helping you to feel your power. So as you step up into this leadership role and you leave behind this victim role, you're gonna have all these blessings, which are so beautiful in this imagery. I feel like you're gonna shine like a star. Like, you're just gonna come out of this role of feeling weak and disempowered, and you're coming into this strong, sensible person that you're really going to be proud of, that you're going to admire about yourself, and others will too. I'm feeling like some of you guys, though, identified so much with this role in the past of being not necessarily weak, but maybe just, how do I put this? You just identified with your traumas and your grief because it's all you've known, and it might have been that you've experienced so much of it that you don't really know what it's like without it when there's an absence of it. So I'm getting this sense that the moving forward part into this power role scares you because you've never been in a position of power. And you're kind of looking back like, should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? The message is that you should go. You should not stay in this state. You should not stay in grief. Because I know it's hard to see down there, but like these two cards are just dark. I see blues and a lot of oranges and reds. So I'm feeling like there was a lot of trust issues in the past. People have really shaken up your sense of feeling grounded. And because of that, you're scared to move forward. But if you look on this end of it, look at all these bright colors. Look at all this wonderful stuff that you're stepping into. So you're really being asked not to be scared of what's coming and to work through that. There's something about flowers. Peonies. Am I saying that right? Peonies. I don't know if that means something to anybody. I don't know why that's coming in, but it seems important. Maybe this is a sign for some people in particular, but flowers in general, it would be a really good time for any of you guys to bring flowers into your home. Yellows, purples, and white in particular. That's just harnessing good energy. I'm not sure exactly where that message is coming, but it seemed particularly important, so I threw it in there for you guys. However, I am going to wrap up this reading, so I hope that this resonated. I hope you guys liked it. Please subscribe, comment. If you have any suggestions, feel free to reach out to me, or questions, whatever. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Hi. Okay, for anybody who chose group 4, this is going to be your reading on messages. What do you need to hear most right now from Spirit, from the universe, from whoever you believe in is giving you these messages. Let's see what we got going on here. First card we have, wow, Ocean Dreaming, Initiation, Flow, and Enjoyment. What a beautiful card. Next up we have Endings and Beginnings. The old must be released so that new can enter. I can't remember if it was last week or a few weeks ago, but somebody did draw this card. Well, one of the piles, rather, had that card in it. I wonder if that's that. Next up, we have the Six of Swords tarot card. A lot of you guys are leaving something behind. That's what I'm getting right now, even as I'm doing all these cards onto the table. Something is leaving. You're walking away. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So people upstairs are helping you out with whatever situation in life, circumstance you're working through. Let me tune in specifically for messages for you guys in group 4. It's weird. Feeling like for some of you guys, there has been a situation with somebody that you felt like you've been drowning. This relationship, I don't know if it's a friendship or a romantic relationship or a family relationship, whatever the case may be, you've just been feeling like you're drowning, like you can't get out of it, you don't know which way to go. And I feel like it's like you're reaching up for help, like save me, but this person just isn't there. They're just not there to save you, and it's just making you feel worse being in this situation. I'm feeling like whatever, person that this resonates with, whatever relationship, Spirit wants you to know that this relationship was there for a reason. It was giving you lessons and teaching you things. And it did serve, I'll just leave that. It did serve a purpose, but it's time to move on from that. It's time to release that. And if you can't remove yourself from that relationship, at least create the boundaries that you need to function in a healthy way. Because it's just not good for you. This feeling of like darkness and drowning is just no good. I'm feeling like if you're not ready to walk away now from this relationship, that it is eventually coming, that you will be walking away. I don't know exactly when that will be. For some, it could be soon, but for others, it might take some time. You could still have things that you need to accomplish within this connection. Or if it was somebody, like a family member, for instance, it's not going to be that easy to remove the relationship, especially if you don't want to, especially if you have a lot of love for that person. You kind of have to trust, though, that this is all part of the path, it's all part of the plan. That's what I'm being told, that every step, essentially, you have free will, but the big events are really already playing out in other timelines. They're already being given. It's interesting that I saw this card and read it as, heavy, negative, drowning feelings, because if you read the actual words, it says ocean dreaming, initiation, flow, and enjoyment. So what I'm feeling like is this relationship started out with those aspects. It started out as a beautiful thing, very fluid. You guys felt free and able to be who you were. But something changed over the course of this relationship, that it just started to feel like you were carrying around their problems, perhaps, that you were taking care of them. Somebody in this connection is really depressed. They're going through a hard time, and I don't know if that person's you or the other person in this party. Not in this party, the other party in this connection. It's definitely not a party with this emotion. But somebody's just feeling really down, and that heavy, sticky emotion is clouding the whole relationship, the whole connection. Your advice here is to take some space from that person. It could really help both of you guys start to think a little more clearly. But this connection that you have, even if you aren't directly in it, even if you have taken space, especially, I'm mostly getting the feel that this is a romantic relationship, although that might not resonate for everybody, so take what does. But if it is a romantic relationship you're thinking about, you're blocking yourself from moving on and inviting new love into your life, new connections. This connection was some sort of soulmate or karmic connection, but you learned your lesson, or you accomplished what you were supposed to with that person. And what I'm feeling like is you stayed longer than you needed to on a spiritual level. So what's happening is you're kind of blocking yourself, and you're at a standstill with meeting new relationships and moving forward and really genuinely being happy. This depression you might be feeling, or the other person, is happening as a result of not moving out of the connection, not letting it run its course. However, learning to do this, especially in this relationship right now, is what's helping you to learn a really core lesson that you came here to learn in this lifetime. So I wouldn't worry or beat yourself up about it, because it's happening for a reason, as does everything. And it was here to teach you something. I'm feeling like this relationship was really important. It was pivotal to kind of changing from one side to the other, like really deciding after this, I don't want to be like this anymore in relationships, or just in general, I don't want to live my life like this. I really want to make these changes. So I'm feeling like it really started some sort of awakening for you guys. Most of the other readings didn't focus so heavily on love and relationships, but for this group, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling a lot of dark, sad, heavy energy. But I'm feeling like you guys are just really tired and you don't care to keep fighting with this person or just fighting in general. Like, you just don't care to argue with people right now. You're just like, whatever, like if you want to leave, leave. If you don't like that, sorry. Like, you're just kind of like, forget it kind of mentality. Just kind of feels like you're like dragging along here because of like how draining all this has been. But you're walking towards the light. You're getting better, and you're, even if you don't see it, it's just kind of happening on its own. It's being divinely guided into your life. So try and, well, I don't want to say, I'm hearing the word relinquish. So try and relinquish in understanding why you had to go through this and why it was so painful for you and why it triggered so much. And understand that you are moving out of this situation, these feelings especially. But the feelings are still going to stay there, and they're not going to move out if you can't actively make that choice to get out of the connection or to release those feelings at least. A lot of you guys are having a lot of options here, and I don't know if that would be still in relationships or just options in your life. Like, you have a lot of doors that you could go down. I'm seeing you walk through a hallway and there is just doors on all sides, and every door leads to a different outcome, and you're feeling overwhelmed by this, by all these choices that you have to make. You're feeling kind of lost, like, where do I go? Again, you have to trust that you're going to make the choice that's best for you. You have to trust it really is so foundational to that. You can already see. A lot of you guys might even be psychic and have it be latent or dormant abilities that haven't come out yet. You might not even realize that, especially if you're not into it, but a lot of you guys are super intuitive. Everybody can be and tap into their psychic abilities, but I'm feeling like for this group, you guys are. That's why it's so important to trust as you're navigating through this hallway and figuring out all these choices. I'm hearing that you should work through your fears, that you need to take time to do things that make you happy. It seems like you've been neglecting yourself heavy, and it's just adding on to these dense feelings. I've said this before on my Instagram on something, but fear is feeling excited and ready. So a lot of this fear that you guys have been experiencing is because you're just so eager on a deep level to change. You're eager to get out of this situation that you're in, life or whatever, relationship. You want to move forward and you want things to shift. And I know that can be interpreted in our body as fear in a sense of, I don't want to move, I'm stuck because I'm scared to change. But really, how much worse can change be than the feelings that you're dealing with right now? Because from what I'm getting, these are horrible. Like, you're really going through it, and that, I know that can be clouding from moving forward, but you gotta release that. I'm hearing where you are now isn't always where you're going to be, and it's really important that you understand that, and that you feel that. You're here, but it's not where you're always going to be. You you have that power to change whatever it is in your life that you're not happy with, even if it's yourself. You really do have that power. And I'm feeling like once you can let go of whatever toxic situation is coming up, you're gonna feel so much more balanced, so much more fluid. Like everything's gonna come in the right way. You gotta really work through that. And to stop relying so much on this person and this connection that I've been talking about. They're not going to be your savior. They're not going to help you in the way that you need, because they can't. They need to help themselves. Like I said, you've moved past this lesson that you guys need to learn together. So essentially what the universe is doing is making things really difficult for you guys to be together, making things really uncomfortable and hard, because it's trying to nudge you to tap into your intuition and understand, like, this has served its course. So please think of that in this situation, and just know that there is light coming in for you guys, that this isn't gonna stay like this dense energy. So that's all I'm getting for you guys in group 4. I hope it resonated. I hope you liked it. Hope you got something from it. Please subscribe if you did, like, comment, whatever. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to do that. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.